And we're in. Oh, damn. Looks like Tapping is doing quite a bit of recruitment at the moment. And that's, yeah, going for forcing me a little bit as well. Let's do a quick check. Who are we missing today? We have all of Europe, all of Africa, everyone in the Americas as well. Wait. We don't have the Mexico player, actually. And we're missing 2/3 of India, and I suppose Indochina, because Bengal and Vijay are both missing. Vijay is supposed to join in an hour or so, and Bengal, I'm not sure if he'll be able to show up at all this session. Let's do a quick check of what's... Oh yeah, Westphalia is getting... Westphalia and Lotharingia are getting their butts kicked by the Eastern Alliance. And some... Lost Kanberg. Who was he? Oh, we lost Russia. He probably crashed or something. Luckily, Russia is the least powerful nation of the Eastern Alliance, so it's not that much of a problem for them. Oh, there's 100k Westphalian stack. Oh, he was almost caught by the Polish troops, or maybe it's, yeah, it's Polish troops mostly. Only 1k Prussians with 6-5 general. Hot damn. Ethiopia is expanding into the Sahel Africa. Yeah, they have quite a bit of land to grab. I wonder, wait, Congo is playing. And Ottomans are invading Austria, at least what remains of it. That's some actually pretty decent provinces left. Yeah, the entire Western German alliance is withdrawing to Lotharingia proper. They still have quite a bit of troops, but it's... the difference is not as big as I thought it would be. And Russia is coming back in. Pretty quick restart of the game, not that quick loading of the save, but it's not terrible. Okay-ish. It's like on paper the difference is not that big. I assume Russians and Swedes have higher quality, but Westphalia actually wasn't that bad when they fought the previous war. They might have had some events that made them more even with Prussia, who has better constant quality. Still, I don't really see how this war could be turned. Eastern Alliance is not as strong economically, but they are probably stronger than Westphalia and Lotharingia. Even though Westphalia is one of the strongest nations in Europe, solo-wise. France is a really disgusting shape currently. That's just horrible. Oh, actually, wait, there's Morocco, Punjab, two Sicilies at war. With whom? I need to check that. And Russia's back. Oof. The game always defaults you to the host, which is typing when you're an observer. Oh, it's a fake war, probably to remove rivalries or something like that. Apparently the Prussians are very lucky with their sieges. And they are pushing quite quickly. There's a lot of force in this area. Most of them are level 4. A few level 2s in the very back. Yeah, the Westphalian siege ability is not enough to combat the Prussians. Not that you would really want to stack it anyways, but that's not giving them much more time. Suppose. Okay, Westphalia is thinking about something. They have a full cannon back row, Prussians have as well. The leader is superior for the Prussians by 3 in fire, so that's quite a bit. They do get a -1, so there's something. Prussians have almost 10 more discipline and almost full point of morale more though, so the quality is vastly superior on their side. Westphalia is committing, and Thuringia is trying to help the best as best as they can. 30 over force limit, 20 over force limit. Not that much, considering this seems to be a very important war. Still quite a few reinforcements left for Westphalia, but they are already losing the morale battle so badly. It's just, and Swedes barely even joined the battle so far. They might even get this army to the north attacked because, yeah, the fortress fell. And the leader, 3 additional points in shock. It's huge. Oh, Austria and Papal States are gone. Their army is turned into rebels and started sieging Westphalia. And the last reserves are being committed. And there's 200k more or less left for the Easterners. Is there... Yeah, now it looks more as I would expect it. But it is including all the battle losses, so... The manpower is actually not looking too bad for Westphalia and Lotharingia, but they should be committing much more if they want to go all in, and Westphalia took all the loans, so presumably they would want to. Prussia is out of manpower already. Westphalia... Whoa, what? How is that? Oh, Lotharingia is just running a lot on mercenaries, makes sense. Poland is doing okay on manpower. Sweden didn't fight that much, I think, in the battle, and Russia is doing fine as well. Russia being the weakest of the Eastern Alliance. Yeah, they really don't make much money. Their manpower is okay, comparatively. They have maximum less than Prussia, so not that great. They're trying their best, and I mean that it's not like they have that much land. How they're doing for stuff like religion. Okay. Average autonomy 17. They're probably down on buildings. What is the reason they're so behind? Yeah, not that many more factories. Yeah, it looks like it's buildings. Yep. It's tough being in this part of the world. The Lithuania area is really not that rich, and the trade is bad as well, especially when Sweden controls probably, yeah, like Kiev is the only trade node that Russia has any power in, and it's not good. It's not a good one. And Westphalia is about to be fully occupied. They're not increasing their numbers in a significant way. Hey Kafel, we just started. There's apparently stuff that's going to be happening this session over the entire world from what I've heard, but so far it's just the Eastern Alliance is finishing war from previous session on Westphalia and Lotharingia, and they're not having too much trouble with that. Yeah, now they have almost double the numbers of the Westphalian Lotharingia. And also Prussia has way high quality. How is Lotharingian quality, by the way? Oh. And the Westphalian morale also took a hit. Yeah, 3.5 versus 583 is it's tough. And Poland and Sweden are not as bad, but still. Westphalia has more than Poland and Sweden, but Lotharingia is far behind everyone. Even Russia has more morale than Lotharingia, though they do have they do get something from. No, not from Orthodoxy. Okay. I think it's Burgundian. Yep. So it's with the plus 10 morale. How is it so low? Yeah, it's just not that much. 0 power projection. Oh, okay. Oh, that's they lost a lot from Prussia conquering them. And the mediocre army tradition, mediocre prestige, increased serfdom, which hurts. Yeah, and money as well for 2 more years. It would be probably and they can start a golden era. I think Westphalia, yeah, Westphalia did fire their golden era. Okay, so now Westphalia is fully occupied, except for Bohemian lands that have 1 more fort that's totally separated from everything. Oh yeah, and no morale advisor. Actually, Westphalia doesn't have the proper military advisor as well. Lotharingia has no advisors. Yeah, 99%. And they have a lot of money. And meanwhile, yeah, Poland doesn't have a proper military advisor as well, but who's playing Lotharingia? Oh, Fairy Tale. Erfurt is being sold. Saxony is a vassal of Poland. Saxony has... Oh, it's because of the player map mode. I was confused by the color. Okay, so let's see how much this to Westphalia lose. So over here, and they lost a lot of Bohemian land to Poland, including the gold mine, which sucks. And that was a Prussian core, or did they lose the core? I thought they took it from in the previous war from Prussia. And yes, a lot of death. They're still yeah, they're out. I think they were a great power at the beginning of the session. Well, they're out now, clearly. They missed. Oh, damn. They actually were very close to getting the next Miltech, and it was a huge one. Damn. That was actually kind of... I guess that's what they were banking on, just waiting for the next Miltech. I mean, they had like 300k. And Lotharingia could boost it to like 200k if they wanted. They both, like Lotharingia has still full manpower. And it's Sprang. Yeah, and like Lotharingia is not okay quality, the quality is just bad. So that's kind of handicapping what Westphalia can do. Still, I guess that was their only hope, and they just didn't have enough war score to prolong the war for long enough. I guess he might be Bengal, one of the Indians. And Vijay should be coming in about 30 minutes or so. So we will have almost the entire player, every player nation being played. except Mexico, who was played last session and not this time. But it's still a colonial nation of Great Britain, so it's not like it's that important. Oof. Though probably the British player would be very happy. Well, so apparently Vijay is going to be missing for a bit more. And I'm not sure what's the deal with Mexico currently. Everyone else is present. Yeah, there's no one here. We have Thunder still on the Caribbeans. Vermont at war with Morocco and Brazil. Started by... Where even is... Oh, that's... Who started that? Oh, it was started by Vermont. Yeah, I think Morocco and Brazil might be in that tough spot currently. $5:30 a.m. Where are you from, Kafo? Because I'm not sure if you're in the same time zone. Yeah, 5:30 is... If you go to bed at like 9 or 10, it's not gonna be that bad. Yeah, I don't think Morocco is actually doing anything about this. Yeah. I think Brazil might be gone. They do have... Oh, that's the capital fort. Yeah, fair, fair. You always end up hanging out a bit more if you play the full session. Morocco is not even joining this war, and I think there's like something we did that he could, right? In the mod? I don't exactly remember the details. Yeah. Maybe he didn't accept the call to arms or something? Or something went wrong in the mod. Okay, so that's weird. Oh! Morocco and Brazil is just independent. Okay. Yeah, it looks like Morocco just freed their Brazil to be fed to Vermont. Yeah, it's not a French word. Yeah. Yeah, he probably could eat the entire thing in one war. Oh, barely. I don't think he has any... Yeah, administrative efficiency. He has some overextension. Probably from eating some OPM Indians. He's not really being too aggressive. God, there's so many tags in this area. God. Autonomy up by occupation. Oh, so... yeah. Good, yeah, maybe like have... Is autonomy like included in the calculations for war score per province? That would be kind of weird, but not impossible in a Paradox game. Really? God. HRE is gone. Wow. Let's see. The person who destroyed it should have 100 prestige. Oh, looks like Sweden. Looks like Sweden destroyed the HRE. Unless, I suppose it could just just be removed because there was no eligible like electors or something. But I think it was Sweden. Oh well, wait, actually Sweden is stuck at 100, so it probably was accidental because Sweden didn't like control all the provinces after the war. Mohammed de Mendoza. Yeah, he is Catholic still, I think. Wait, he's Chancellor, so that's States General, so that's, I think that excludes him. Yeah, it's not the Emperor of Italy, and Two Sicilies is Queen. We have some new wars. Okay, yeah, that's why Taiping was recruiting troops. We have Kokturks and Taiping going for Russia, and Russia has all their allies in, so it's the Chinese with the hordes, with the horde, going after the Eastern Alliance. And that leaves Ottomans open. The Iberians as well not doing anything. Okay. Are Indians doing? Oh, well, that appears there is some movement. Ayubids are in the area as well. Vijay is still not being played. And Bengal is not really doing anything. Okay. There's something brewing in here as well. Yeah, how much? Yeah, there's the entire thing is totally not colonized. How many forts are here? Level 2s. Yeah, that's not really that much security for the Russians. They are recruiting more. They are actually going a fair bit over force limit, so that's good for them. And Sweden is in here as well. That's oh, that's Bashkiria, so that's the AI vassal. And Taiping is using their cannons, so it's cannons and horses, doing the sieging of Ryazan capital. Prussia is hunting for some prey. There's no cannons in here, so that would be a possible target. How many cannon stacks do they have? 2. Taiping has 2 cannon stacks. And that one was pretty damn open. Yeah, I wonder if they just don't want to bother maybe with colonization of Siberia. Okay, so here are the 2 cannon stacks for the Asians, let's call them. And the Eastern Alliance has 3 cannon stacks, 1 for Prussia, Sweden and Poland. Also now Veli is pausing because he died, I assume. Yep, I mean pretty much. He has a capital and 2 colonies left. So yeah, that's sad death for Brazil. At least we have another Brazil come to Brazil, played by Nos. Actually, how are the numbers looking? On paper, the Eastern Alliance has twice the numbers of the Asians. 1 more cannon stack as well. Oh wait, I'm not looking at the cavalry, of course. Still, that's... I mean, if you count cavalry for 2, which is more or less, it's pretty close. And I assume Taiping with... oh wait, Veli is joining back. I assume the Asians have higher quality overall, but maybe except for Prussia. I need to check this in a second. What valley is going to join on, I wonder? I think either VJ or Mexico. But I'm not sure if there's much point going on VJ. He's supposed to be joining in a second. Apparently he's going to be joining on Finland. Also, Ayubids and Persia are at war with Punjab, I assume. Moroccan Brazil? What? And he dropped anyways. Huh? Okay. Okay, there's actually a battle going on the Mountain Fort with a -3 for Punjab. He also got some victories on Ayubid's troops before. But yeah, this battle is not going that well for Grady X. Round 2, I guess. Okay. What happened? Why did he drop? Did he crash while joining? And like he selected Morocco and Brazil first? At least he's loading in pretty fast this time. Yeah, he basically, instead of join gay, exit. Not impossible, I suppose, but really strange. Maybe he actually joined on Morocco and then quit? He was actually restarting the game really fast. Okay, now he's joining on Vinland. Yeah, and for a month. Ideally he should be good in February, right? Will Persians be there on time? They should, yeah, it should be. Oh, there's 200k Punjabi troops remaining and only 30k for Persians. I mean, they have great terrain advantage and a better leader as well. 3 points in fire, so there's 6 dice points superiority in fire phase for Persia, so that's just huge. Like, look, 66 to 2.5k. But the numbers, like, it's just too much, I think, for Persia to hold on. Yeah, Ayubids got stuck on the wrong side of Hormuz Strait. I think at this point it might not have been worth it for Punjab anyways, even if they win. But they should be far superior to Persia and Ayubids. Yeah, 150k lost. Despite having twice the numbers, it was both painful, but they have like much more manpower anyways. Ayubids didn't lose that much. I think they got some. Yeah, they got the nasty battle with half the numbers of Punjabi in Mogostan, and that's drylands. So Punjab will take this fort, but there's a lot more mountain forts in Persia, so that's not that much of an issue. Yeah, almost every fort of Persia is in mountains, which is pretty good. What's the war goal to? Chaknasur. What? Where is Chaknasur? Okay. Seems kinda weird to be taking a war goal that you're not even advancing towards. I mean, Persia still has pretty easy access over there. I mean, eventually, if he got north and like cut off Persia from this area, that would be pretty nice. I mean, it works, I think. There's a huge battle going on Kolomna. Let's see, typing, yeah, typing has a pressure level quality, their morale is a bit lower, and because they're getting minus 25% shock because of the forest. So let's see, there's another second battle going in the south. 6-5 versus a 6-2, so I think the generals overall, yeah, are higher for Prussia by a fair bit. Looks like the numbers are starting to run out for the Asians. There's still 150k for the Eastern Alliance, even more. Sweden is sending another 30k. So looks like Asians won in the south and lost in the north, which was the actual siege. And they're building a level 4 fort. That's a quick clicking from Russia, pretty good. It takes a while to build the forts, but they will probably make it at least on most of them. If not all, actually, because let's see where Gokturks are withdrawing. It might be quite far. Ah, it's not that bad. What about typing? Okay, it's not that bad. They will be back pretty soon. Should be, yeah, they should be withdrawing those troops because having like half an army being exposed is not a good idea. The gold mine on Bashkir, right? Where's 6 in production. So not great, not stable. It might have collapsed at some point. I think it did, yeah. Improved 22 times, so it must have collapsed. And Punjab is continuing to push. Betche is going to be making an attempt on Yasuj pretty soon, but this time with additional troops from Ayubis, they won't get the full -3 without the crossing, unfortunately. But oh, they might be giving up this fort. That would be kind of unfortunate. Giving up mountain forts is never something you want to do, but yeah, the terrain and the wasteland how it is, it's difficult to control both. Asians are withdrawing. And to be honest, Gokturks don't really like they have 2 forts in their entire territory. They actually are securing their gold mine, which is pretty smart. That means that no one is just going to be able to waltz in with like 5k and occupy it. And it's, I assume, a significant, yeah, 10% of their income from this one province. So that's fair, though they are spending like what, 1/4 of that income from this province on those forts. So I wonder how worth is it. Let's see, is anyone else doing any fighting? Okay. Looks like there's going to be something happening in France. And La Faringia is allied to Italy. And Westphalia is only allied to La Faringia. So what France could do is declare war on Westphalia and attack on La Faringia anyways. Italy owns most of Italy except the very southern tip. So Napoli is... did they build any forts? They do have one in Abruzzi. And 2 cities do have a fort, but it doesn't really matter much. There's not even enough space in here to properly defend it. Oh, looks like... Wow, Punjab has 7 morale, hot damn. Highest morale in the game currently, and they're... Ooh, yeah, that's... How did he get so much morale? Let's see. So, Sikh Defender of Faith, he is the Indian morale. Of the mission. Which one? Yeah, advisor. I don't see any mission. Yeah, good prestige, good power projection. He could get even more if he boosted his army tradition. Has them from ideas. He just has a lot of morale. And yeah, that's gonna be pretty nasty for Persia. It looks like, oh, Ethiopia is actually in this war as well. Oh my god, another 15%. Is he going for religious? I think so. Yep, he's actually pretty close. Ethiopia is in this war, but they're not really sending any troops. There's a bit of a stalemate currently, not neither side doing any pushing. And it is superiority war goal, so neither side have the ticking. Both sides are just waiting. I think the numbers advantage is pretty strongly currently with the Easterners. Not sure how high is the Goktur quality. Okay-ish morale, okay-ish discipline. They have a lot of cavalry compatibility. I'm not sure how to judge the cavalry quality compared to more normal nations with infantry. But when they fight on forest, it's probably not that good because quality and horde. So not too bad. National ideas are morale, cavalry combat, and cavalry shock. +1. Okay, that's actually pretty big, I think. And Punjab is now swinging south into Ayubids. It's just, I think, currently without Ethiopia they have about the same numbers, and yeah, Ethiopia is actually out officially. And Punjab has like twice the morale of Ayubids actually are not doing too bad with almost 6. This is like Prussian level. Yeah, Ayubids have more morale than Prussia, but still, that's not enough. Punjab just has a lot of morale. Yeah, you should have been able to lower stream quality like always, fellas, so I'm not sure what was going on last week. Oh, and Iberian Alliance is starting the war. Did they actually declared on La Faringia, which means Italy is in this war. Yeah, I am affiliated, so it should be possible. Yeah. And Italy is actually helping in this war. Well, not yet. Oh wait, actually they did have a stack fighting. Okay, maybe sending this one is not... okay, it's in... they actually won't get stack raped because they managed to reinforce in time, so that's good. So this is actually a pretty huge war now, because with Italy... yeah, with Italy the numbers are pretty even. Let's see, the Ottomans are not really doing anything. New Pasupa left, and that's Persia. Persia left. I think he lost faith. Yep. He lost faith in fighting this war, which, I mean, fair enough. It's... Great X made a pretty strong nation. Okay, the Asians are going through the south. They basically just avoid the entire fort line built in the north and just going for the soft underbelly, which should favor... There should be a lot of open terrain in here as well. Yep, that's probably the mostly why they're going. And Gokturks are going in for a nice battle versus Poland. Yeah, Mexico had a lot of rebels last time I checked. I mean, I think both sides in this conflict have pretty bad fort lines, and it's going to favor whoever is on the offensive. Because, I mean, this, despite having pretty good terrain, is pretty much undefensible for France. Okay, I mean, you know, let's do it this way. Give me a second. Seven. I mean, Los Rangers are losing already, so let's just do it this way because that's way shorter. Okay, I think you should be able now to predict whether or not this will happen. Also, there's okay, overlays. Kimi, and that's it so far. I mean, Love Ranger is not doing too hot. And then, yeah, they're going for the better terrain. Also, yeah, they can just walk through Crimea if they get access. Hop. Yeah, I think Ayyubids are out of this war, so it's just Punjab occupying all of Persia. It's going to be a lot of lost territory. I think. Okay, so looks like in the end, this is going. I think La French just unconditional. Yeah, Ayyubids left the war after Persia rage quitted, so I mean that's only fair. So yeah, actually it didn't even go to the point where the prediction would run out, and the war is over. Which is actually pretty surprising. I mean, with Italy, you'd think. Let's see if Ottomans attack right now, it's still gonna count for an intervention, I think. Oh, that's just an AI OPM. Oh, they got cut off, and yeah, they probably won't get access through Poland. Yeah. Let's see what the Ottomans do. They're going somewhere. They're probably going after Persia. Or not. Yeah, I was thinking Persia, but apparently not. And surprisingly, the Asians are pushing quite well, despite what I was thinking is a number superiority for the Eastern Alliance. I think it just might be the terrain so far. They basically pushed along the grasslands. Oh my god, we have waifus, guys. Guess what? You guys did it. Now I need to remove the reject waifus for this week. Oh damn, I actually forgot how it looks. Okay, nice. I guess reject waifus is fine to stay because some people have money in it. Oh my god. Just in case on YouTube it's gonna be a clear view of the game, but yeah, the people chose. Gokturks are okay, that's not perfect. Typing is coming in versus... wait, what? Actually, they should reinforce this battle, it's not going... the Russians had, Prussians had much lower morale than I thought they would have. Reject waifus is not going to be counting for this session. Okay, Ottomans are raising their maintenance. So they could be going for something. Hey, if the Asians actually committed to this one. They knew what they were signing up for with the waifus. And I mean, Mexico is looking alright, by the way. With a whole 7k troops. Okay, let's... okay, so the Asians actually managed to win. Yeah, and yes, Swedes are reinforcing defeat. Okay, this battle is a mess. Okay, I think there's just no reinforcements for Asians now that I look at it. There's 30k in the back, 20k. Like, actually, it's supposed to be 36, but it has only half the population. Half the manpower. So yeah, looks like the Easterners actually win overall. Ottomans still not doing anything. Actually, how much did France retake? Quite a bit. They didn't have those provinces as... oh, they might not have had those provinces from the beginning of the game, actually, now that I think about it. So yeah, and that's actually decent forts. And France actually really needed some decent forts in this area. Yeah, those in woodlands. And this one has actually rivers everywhere. Oh, almost everywhere, I think, except a few provinces. But still, decent forts in northern France, and that's not something you can always count for. Okay, they have now fort on the mountain. Persia is just dying to the Indians. Oh, yes, like manpower looking for every side in this conflict. Poland is actually doing kinda bad. Prussia is... wow. Oh yeah, sorry, the Ottoman income. Ottomans have 360, it's probably the most. Yeah, people, let's see if I can find someone with 300 at least. Probably... oh, wait. Punjab has more income. And typing is fairly close. Oh, okay, maybe not close, 100 decades behind. But Punjab was ahead for a second, and now Ottomans boost their income by like 15. I'm not sure, depends on how Gokturks and Taiping split Gansu, and they need like a few provinces from Bengal, I think. Yeah, basically this. They won't need any, or like one province from Gokturks, so that's absolutely fine. And not that much from Bengal. Did he actually fire the mission that he got from Jujian? It's probably like over by now. Another battle going on. There's just so few reinforcements comparatively. Like there's still 150k for the Easterners and just 60 for Asians, and they're actually out. And it's forest, so minus 25 shock. Does the minus 25 shock count for typing as well? In the end? Yeah. So that's actually pretty huge for them. And yeah, they're probably getting the tactics. Actually, a 75%. So it should be okay for now at least. Does the insufficient support show up in the military tactics, or does it just you have to know that it's there? Okay, so they're fine, and they're pretty close. But with the another 50k from Russia reinforcing, they should be. Let's see how the rolls with rolls like this. The Asians do not need reinforcements. Okay, that's pretty bad. It's still pretty bad with the leader of Prussia. Okay, never. Actually, both lines are collapsing. It's just cannons for Asians. Asians might just win. Okay, Asians won. That was wow. That was so close. They only had cannons at this point. They had like 5 cannons left, and they won. Yeah, they won. That's just increasing the suspense. Is this the only war currently going on? At least like meaningful war. Great Britain is at war with Carib. No, not Carib. Wait, where can I see Carib? Wait, what? Oh, no! Wait. Did Vermont actually give those provinces to Great Britain? That's weird. Australia is still finding some natives to bully. In America, actually, okay. Bottom left. Oh, that wasn't my idea to put in. Someone wanted this waifu in. And Great Britain, so that's Punjab still war with Persia, Malaya expanding in Americas, Brazil. Brazil is, yeah, Giga Chad Rosby is, I mean, actually doing okay. Gold income. Oh, what did some? Yeah, Russia unconditionally surrendered. I mean, I can check. Give me a sec. It was one of those things that had super long names, like light novel. Oh yeah, Mushoku Tensei. Yep, that's that. And what was her name? Roxy. Okay, what did the... I mean, it's quite a bit of land, but it is a fair amount of dev. Oh my god. They should vassalize Muscovy. That would be pretty sweet. Why is... Oh, Krediax dropped. It's time for Persian comeback! Yeah, actually, Punjab was doing some strange moves. We should just continue, I think. I mean, he's not in a player war or anything. And it's... Gokturks mostly took forests, and I think most of the fort line. Actually, since we are having a bit of a pause for some reason, let me check why is that. Kratos is coming back, okay. You guys are posting in the Discord, of course. And now I will need to update the waifu overlay again. Actually, since there's no wars going on currently, I'm gonna be right back because it looks like something is coming up. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, it's been a little emergency. Looks like we had some hot joints and Kimi lagging, that's pretty much normal. And we have another colonial war in Africa, it appears. That's actually okay. Ah, it's a colonial conflict with Vermont invading Congolese Brazil. Oh, and the actual Congo. The game is still ongoing. Oh yeah, everyone is actually invading Congo because Ethiopia is coming to the north. Yes. Actually Congo is still in game. He doesn't appear to have any troops. Yeah. Yeah, that makes fighting a bit difficult. Same thing about Congolese Brazil. Oh, wait, there's actually a European war that just started, I think. Yeah, I think that this war just started, and this time if Ottomans are in. It's Italy and Ottomans versus the Sicilies, France and Morocco. Yeah, I think with Ottomans, I mean, on paper currently the numbers do not look so bad, but the war goal is over here, I bet. Yeah. Also, I was supposed to... This doesn't count as intervention from the Ottomans because it's basically a separate war. So the intervention of Ottomans was basically a no. Are there any other wars? Don't see anything. Morocco is rushing in with a 6-5 leader, that's pretty nice. And Ottomans are not yet in position. That's actually been a bit of a quick to pull the trigger on this war. A bit too fast maybe, because they're about to lose a mountain fort. It is still quite a bit of infantry, and Italians are coming, but it's just infantry without any cannons. They will be able to prevent the finish of the assault. Oh, will they? Yeah, they will be, barely, but still no cannons. Wars general. 130 almost discipline from Morocco and 7.3 morale. Hot damn. And yeah, the fort falls, and now the Ottomans are rushing into mountain fort. 100k are gonna just get a -3 with a crossing as well. I'm surprised Ottomans do not really have a good general. So that means, yeah, now those guys are sent packing. If the Westerners were greedy, they could go for another fort, but that might be too much. The Ottomans are pretty much in here. Did I see some more blue flames show up? But I don't think so. The Italians do not withdraw for too long, they're basically right back in action, and Ottomans are also withdrawing only to Florence, so that's not too far. Now let's see the army quality, because Morocco is super strong. 6 morale for 2 Sicily is not too bad. It's a Bit better than Italy, slightly worse discipline by 7.5. And yeah, France with 6.5 morale. Ottomans with only 5.5. So actually, like Morocco, with his giant morale, giant discipline, he's much superior in quality. Now, let's see, because now the Ottomans will be able to put their entire army in this. At the same time, France is sieging a fort on woods. And this is not going too well for the Ottomans so far. Oh, and two Sicilies are cutting off reinforcements. That's actually pretty smart. Even if they lose the battle, they will delay them for long. Actually, never mind. They just got defeated anyways. Yeah, there's... Oh my god, there's so many battles going on. But all of them look pretty damn good for the Westerners. Nah, it's been just... there's something happening in the background. Oh my god, a stack wipe. And Sicilia is actually still holding their own somehow. Oh, the which way you predicted actually shows up in chat. That's pretty sweet. I thought Feliz just had something. Wait, two Sicilies actually won this one. And we have a pause. I assume Congo just unconditioned? No. Rosway is attacking Congo as well. And they are taking the Cape, which makes sense. Why are we paused? It's not break time. Yeah, like with the power of the Crusade. Wait, Italy. So Italy counts as a crusade? No, it's Italy that started this war. So I'm pretty surprised that the timing is working out so well against the Ottomans and Italians. I mean, they lost 2 mountain forts and this is level 4 forts on mountains. This is huge. If they take this one, it's... Yeah, they pass the mountain ring around Italy, and it's just gonna get easier from now on. No, yeah, Knolls and Kobolds. Yeah, I actually wanted to send you ducats, but I just can't see you. I tried. And Westphalia is joining this war, which only makes sense. Only makes sense from their point of view, though they cannot really take much, unfortunately. Actually, since I already made one prediction, and there... Who will win this war? Ottoman hackbox? Or I guess it's the Iberian. No, they're not really a hackbox, come on. Let's go. Nice provinces in the Cobalt lands. Oh, it looks like Ottomans are trying to retake a fort and they just will be able to do it. I'm not sure, why did they withdraw? What happened? And the Ottomans are just melting when they are fighting versus Moroccans, even on the mountains. It's just 6-5 versus 4-2 is... Like, the mountain advantage is basically reverted. Okay. The Iberians are getting strong support from Feliz, which is only natural, I suppose. Westphalia is actually joining in to support the Italian front line. They're not going for Switzerland. Which... like, the problem for the Ottoman hypox so far is that the reinforcing has been pretty tough for them, considering the quality advantage of Moroccans. I'm pretty sure they didn't expect things to work out this way when it comes to quality. Like, pretty much the entire Western Alliance has better morale than Ottomans and Italy. Westphalia might be a bit better, not really. Yeah. Ottomans just barely have 6, which is about the same morale as 2 Sicilies. Still far behind Morocco. Yeah, it's scorched earth and has been for a while, so that's no change. And 100k Moroccan troops are moving into the other mountain fort. That doesn't really change much. I'm not sure if it's worth it doing that. I mean, even if they win, I think they should be focusing more on reinforcing this battle. And it's not going. I mean, they still have 30k French troops. And they cut off any possible reinforcements of the Ottomans, but I'm not sure if they win this. Depends on the rolls, I suppose. This is bad. Maybe with those French reinforcements. Let's see. Okay, it's another bad roll for the Iberians. Okay, this... yeah, Moroccans are losing the north, and French are losing the south. Yeah, I think they kind of got a bit too greedy. Yeah, they got a bit too bold with this strike, I think. They... though now an opportunity presents itself where they could just go for Westphalia. And... Moroccans lost, jokes. Moroccans are going home. And you voted that they will win, so yeah, looks like voting on impulse might not have been the best idea. And now Rosway is being occupied. Ethiopia already took a nice chunk. Yeah, they actually attacked into 2 mountain forts at the same time and into a forest with crossing. So yeah. I think they should have focused on reinforcing that one battle instead. Though they might have lost anyways, to be fair, but I think that would have gave them a better chance. I'm pretty sure they don't have that many god leaders like the 6-5, so they lost on that front. Yeah, it's 2-5. Yeah, only one god leader. But at the same time... the Gokturks are coming from the east, and they have a chair. Yep, here they come, the Asians. Too bad Persia left the game. This might have been their chance to retake some land from the Ottomans. Yeah, okay, so now Ottomans are put in. I mean, if anyone would have been able to win both of those wars, it's the Ottomans. But it takes quite a lot. I actually forgot to join the Discord channel, so no one was able to join, which might have been for the best. So now, actually, France still controls 1 fort, but the ticking war score is going to go quite a bit into the sides of Italians because of the Italian land of 2 Sicilies. Oh, yeah, they do have a mothball fort. It is a level 2 only, and it is protected. Like, I think the Ottoman Navy is the superior one in the Mediterranean, so it's technically possible. Ah, no, Italians are blocking the other side of Sicily, so it's not really possible for anyone to invade into Anatolia. Yeah, I mean, they have a bit of time before the Asians Though if they went through Crimea, they would be in the Balkans pretty quickly, and they don't have to ask the Easterners for access. Didn't they could have asked Crimea for access, by the way? Or did Ottomans actually give the Asians access? Yeah, I think that's what happened. Yeah, Crimea can just give access on their own. So it's not like the Ottomans actually tried to give them access. Now it's only -1 without crossing, I believe. Yeah, so Moroccans, once they go in, now they can't be cut off. If Westphalia goes into the fort, then Moroccans would be cut off from reinforcement, but that would be going into a battle on hills with a crossing, so that would be pretty nasty. Oh my god, that morale advantage for Morocco. It is a pretty stark difference. Basically, despite being at -1, the Moroccans have a superiority in fire still, and being equally in shock. Also, that attrition is probably not helping that much. 200k, and yeah, they're also... Oh, it's the French troops that are going first into the province over here, so they cannot be cut off at this point. Not sure if... I mean, it is a 1-6. It's much worse leader than the Westphalian one. I'm not sure if they I mean... because now they're fighting in a much less efficient battle in here, and the Ottoman Hagbox still has easy access of reinforcements. Though it could have been done as a preventative method before the Ottomans cut them off from province. So, and I mean, they're not doing too bad in this battle yet, so... And I think the Ottomans are going to reinforce this battle, which pretty much means they're abandoning the southern battle. Though the Moroccans are throwing in their last reserves, there's only Sicilians standing. Yeah, this battle is not looking too good, and they're winning in the north. Wait. Oh! The Asians just went home? Okay. Yeah, that's anticlimactic. Well said by Gradiax. And the French lost in the north, which problem, yeah. They didn't take anything. It's a white piece. And I really, don't think the Ottomans were really pushed. Are they even losing money? Yeah. The Ottomans can still... They're not even at their force limit. To be fair, France is not either. Yeah, the Westerners are not really pushing themselves that much. Yet. Italy is kind of. I really think that the Ottomans could have been pushed at least a little bit more. Italy is... Ottomans alone make almost as much money as the entire Iberian alliance, and Italy is making close to that, what the Ottomans are making. And now Italy is just giving up the two Sicilies are giving up their Italian possessions, which I think is at this point the only thing they can do. And that's really sucks because Morocco had a beautiful timing with their quality, but they're going to miss it. They almost have 8 points of morale. Hot damn. Reconquista. It's a mission or what? I mean, to be fair, they are fighting versus vastly superior numbers. And yeah, I don't think going into the mountain forts was the best idea. Especially once Westphalia joined the war. It would be difficult to go in. Like if Lotharingia currently doesn't have any allies. So if they somehow manage to get access through Lotharingia, Westphalia would be easy picking. Even if they have that many forts. I mean, a lot of them are level 2, actually, so that wouldn't even take that much time. And I think they maybe should have waited for the Ottomans to attack into the fort. Then it removes the entire problem of being cut off from reinforcements. And they will actually get the beneficial terrain. And I think they will win a battle if they get the better terrain versus the Ottomans, even with the entire support of Italy and Westphalia. It's just over time, Ottomans are just gonna ground the Iberians down. Oh, there's a Punjabi 1k, nice. Malaya is fighting some natives. Vinland is expanding in North America. Rosby is attacking who? Oh, wait. The entire... looks like Rosby just sold Madagascar to Malaya, which is fair enough. Oh, this nation just freed itself from Congo. Congo still being played. Pretty nice. I'm not sure if... I mean, yeah, he's actually doing a bankruptcy build, it appears, so that's something. It's the only player war going on right now. Oh, we have a Rafinia formed by Poland. So now they have the Russian government. Taiping troops are still remaining in Eastern Europe, so I assume they will be going for round 2 versus the Eastern Alliance. Okay, Morocco is going to be striking on the fort. Yeah, it's not going to be lost. So it's going to be a full battle with actual terrain advantage for the Iberians. And they're even going for some sniping? No, it's just, I mean, it's not really necessary. There's 2 forts in here protecting their reinforcements. The province is not scorched. So that's giving up a bit of advantage to the Ottoman Hagbuks. Yeah, they're just taking those provinces, but what for? They're not really... I don't think they want to open other battles versus the Ottomans. I think since they have an advantage in this single battle, they should just sit there and grind them down. Yeah, they have basically 2 superior... yeah, they 2 points of dice superiority in every phase. So that's like, what, 16 discipline? Combined with already 10 discipline more for Morocco and almost 2 points of morale more. Yeah, they can take a lot of numbers. Yeah, I don't... like, even keeping those armies here is like, why? Your enemies cannot walk in here. They would have to assault 2 forts to reach you from the north. And even then there's actually 5. Then you would need to assault 4 forts to reach this province. So having, I guess what they're trying to do is forcing the enemy to put troops on like the defensive, but they cannot cut off the Ottomans from Toulon. So yeah. Down with the Ottos. Though I'm not sure how it will work out, but the Iberians are doing their best, that's for sure. Okay, let's see their reinforcements. So it's 80, 100. 250, a bit less. And about 300 for the Ottos. I actually don't need to keep the battle selected, I just need to stand on the nation. So the numbers are not that much different, and I think with the army quality, and though they are losing a lot of troops, the Moroccans currently, might have been just some... yeah, they're getting some really bad rolls. Okay, that's good. Ottomans are going in with their cannons, but there's only Sicilians left to support. 70k Westphalians, yeah, 100k Westphalians. They are winning this battle currently. That's some nice rolls. That's okay for Iberians. Okay, great roll. Still pretty decent, but that's all reinforcements for Iberians. They don't have anything else. It's their entire army, which is only less than 300k currently because of the battle. But is that all? That was okay. Yep. So yeah, the issue is where are they withdrawing? Yeah, only Firenze. Westphalia is helping the Ottomans because yeah, if they fought like this before, and they did have the terrain advantage, but I think the Westphalians found a better leader, or Italians? Yeah, Italians. So it is, their advantage is a bit smaller now, but still. Westphalians are actually, where are they withdrawing? Ah, only to the border, so that's not too far. Though it is an opportunity to cut them off a bit. But yeah, as things are, they're gonna get to 50% just from the war goal. Yeah, Westphalia is clearly just scared of France and the Iberian alliance overall. But they did left Lotharingia just alone. So I'm not sure what's that about. I suppose the Eastern Alliance is going to be busy with the Asians coming in? I'm not sure why. I get why Westphalia is attacking France, but I'm not sure why Lotharingia doesn't have any allies anymore. It's been, the alliances were broken about 4 years ago. Yeah, the Eastern Alliance is watching this war. And now let's see. So Italy is burning a bit of money. Ottomans are making cash, just barely. They're basically even. France is basically even. Aragon is burning a bit of cash. Let's see if they accept. Because like this part is undefensive. Yep, and they just gave up. Which I suppose is fair enough. It's just too bad this nut is pretty damn good. Like those are, I think they gave 100% in this. It's like 40, 55, 60, 70, 80, 90, 110 death. I think that might have been 100%. Yeah, oh my god. It's a lot of overextension. Too bad the Asians just chickened out. They probably were just the Ottomans told them, oh look, the Iberians are kicking my ass. So don't bully me, and then the Asians just peaced out, and Ottomans just kicked Iberians out. So yeah. Damn, losing all that money like that, fellas. You shouldn't gamble too much. Sicilian Western Sicily. Nice. Yeah, shame for Asia. And they didn't even push Ottomans a bit. They just white peace. Ottomans didn't even move any troops. I think Ayyubids are they allied to Ayyubids? Yeah, Ayyubids just move a few troops to support, like 100k. So nothing much. Yeah. I mean, Taiping is one of the nations who could throw a gauntlet towards the Ottomans. Ottomans do have 100 more force limits, so yeah, that's something. The workers' revolution was stopped yet again. How sad. It's going to be break, I think, in a second, if the mods and host remember about it. The sad thing is, Morocco has really high quality currently. Probably like finished. Oh, he doesn't even have religious. So if he has religious, he would be just really pumping. Yeah, he would have. Punjab doesn't have his policies in it as well, so I think Punjab and Morocco would be pretty much even on morale, because Morocco also lost their crusade bonus, and I don't think they're gonna get such a good timing next time. That's really unfortunate. Okay, I think it's officially break time. Okay, let's get back to business. Remove all the additional stuff. And we're back to just the waifu. And right now we have basically peace everywhere. Yeah, they kind of lost. I mean, it wasn't a colossal loss. They just because Italy has easy war targets on two Sicilies. They just they would have been able to get to 50% without any more wars and more battles. Center what? Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah. So they just gave up this part basically of Italy, which is like it put Italy over 100% overextension. So I think it was 100%, but it shouldn't be a biggie. And it's too bad because like I really think the Ayyubids have Ibiza. Surprisingly, it only has 4 death with all the millionaires. Morocco had such a beautiful timing, and also he has. Okay, is Italy playing? He kept that Tuscan ideas, which I mean are pretty damn good, so that makes a lot of sense. And Italy is like one of the richest nations in the game. He's not that far behind Ottomans. And he has like half their death, so that's pretty strong. The Ottomans are definitely not twice as strong as Italy. Though with that much force limit, maybe they are. Maybe they are twice as strong as Italy. Yeah, Morocco had just beautiful quality. He almost had 8 morale and still almost has 130 discipline. So he was just trashing even Ottoman troops and Westphalian, Italian. They were all inferior, and pretty much the entire Iberian alliance had superior morale. But it's just the numbers, especially once Westphalia joined. And Westphalia, I mean, still is over 200k troops. which changed definitely the war on in favor of the Ottoman hackbox. I wonder though, will Ottomans actually repay the favor, and next time the Eastern Alliance comes for Westphalia, will they actually help? I'm not definitely saying no, actually. We almost got rid of this super strange border gore. It's still like Westphalia, Ruthenia, Westphalia, Ruthenia. It's basically double burger with Ruthenia inside. Let me actually check for any troop movements. I'm surprised Lotharingia still has no allies. Seems like a risky position to stay in. Ayyubids are keeping their entire army in Tunisia. Which is interesting, considering it's just basically set up on the border with Morocco, and Ayyubids are allied to Ottomans. Persia is actually protected, so maybe the Persian player actually dropped. Ayyubids have custom ideas. Yeah. I realize you cannot see the national. They have +5 discipline, -10 shock from good ones, 15% national manpower, 10 morale, 10% cavalry combat ability, 15% core creation cost, 10% goods produced. I mean, it's okay. It's pretty good, I think. Pretty good. And he's finishing trade as we speak. Though he is making only 144 with 14 ducats subsidies from the Ottomans, so that's not that hot. Why riposte? Chinese are still sitting in Bashkiria. Punjab is pretty much settling his troops for winter quarters, as they say. Bengal is being played. Where is Bengalese army? Is this really it? Oh, he's doing a bankruptcy build. 150k. Yeah, he spent 35k on buildings. That's gonna boost him quite a bit. It's gonna take quite a bit more time. It's 1 year till the buildings finish, and then it's gonna be 5 years more for them to not collapse during bankruptcy, so it's gonna be a while. Vijay is in the game, but he's not doing anything. 300k. Yes, Prang is subbing Bengal. Bengal is usually being played by Buku. So the Indians are not... Why riposte? What's going on? Oh. Shavir is just not paying attention. AFK. I mean, Observer cannot do anything ever, but maybe normal players can just unpause. I don't think we have that only host can pause option on. If so, that's gonna be awkward. Yeah, Shavir is... Someone lagged, I think it was Glover? And the game was auto-paused, which caused, unfortunately... it's gonna be unpaused without the host, it seems. Mexico is gaining some land in the north as well. And soon he's going to be bordering the other colonial power coming from Asia. Like, Malaya didn't really do anything this game when it comes to interaction with other players. They've been just sitting and doing their own thing. They're probably at the... yeah, they're at governing capacity. That's where they're keeping Malacca as their little pet. That's the Indonesia and Philippines area can really get a lot of death over time. Shafir is eating pizza and that's why we cannot play. Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, when was the time when plays with a DLC didn't get broken? But to be fair, like, actually the Emperor DLC didn't put that much more stuff in Europe compared to the stuff India and Indochina got in the latest DLCs. So maybe they just love buffing Asia for some reason. And it's Southern Asia. Like after the Emperor DLC, the most powerful nations in Europe didn't really change. It's still basically Russia, Prussia, sometimes France. I guess Morocco kind of got a boost. Yeah, Austria with their missions, yeah, they got a buff in single player, but who's... Styria is Ruthenia. I think they have just released this as a vassal. Didn't they get the permanent discipline mission? Or was it before? Ah, okay. Okay. Yeah, we're just... I guess it's chilling. Oh, thank God. It's been a while. And we're still on speed 1 too. Speed 2 blocks. I don't really follow the dev diaries anymore for this, but yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Yeah, minor nations in Europe got changes, but unfortunately for MP, it doesn't really mean much. And a lot of places got broken down, like Bavaria and like Pomerania, which basically means a huge nerf for MP. Your starting dev is really important, I feel. I mean, you already had a lot of formables in Europe, anyways. I'm not sure if it really added that many viable strats. Like, Jukes could tell you about Pomerania. Jukes, can you let us know how much more viable Pomerania got in the latest DLC? And, like, if we look at Europe as is, Lavaringia has Burgundian ideas. Sicilian ideas, I think they might be new because they might have been there before, but those look much stronger, or maybe they're from the mod. But other like everything that's yeah. I thought they were weaker before. Other than Sicily, everything is as it was before, pretty much. Because of there's just so many formables anyways in Europe. I think we're gonna be in for quite a bit of peacetime currently. Maybe once in a year, once the Eastern Alliance truce with Asia ends. What the hell? Why did they release Galicia, Volhynia? And oh, it might have been. They've always been Hussite, like almost the entire game. Yeah, but it used to be. Was it released by the stopped being a core of Poland in 1583? So it was sold by Russia to Poland, and then Poland released it? No, Russia is Skanberg. He's been playing the entire session pretty much. Ruthenia is player. And there's Kiev as well. Yes, sold from Russia to Poland. And then I guess Poland released it? Yeah, that's basically mediocre strategies hackbox. Pretty much. With creepy. So I'm mod, so basically mods are like free space for hackboxing. They can hackbox with everyone. Also being a trap card because you should never hackbox with mods. But why are they releasing? I mean, it's good provinces. Not that much dev, but good provinces, good terrain for deving. I'm not sure what that's about. Let's see if anyone else is doing something weird. Still have just a bit of AIs left in Sahel. And Congo is still quite a bit of dev. Surprised that people didn't. I guess Rosvik went for them. GB just didn't take that much. Oh, they probably mostly took land in Brazil. I think it should be the Iberian one. No, yeah, Castilian. Pretty much split 50-50. Yeah, I mean, don't they need like land from 2 Sicilies? Yeah. I mean, the Spanish ideas should be better. I think they have also, they could get the era bonus at some point, I think. Oh, yeah. Right now, if they form Spain. It's not. I mean, it's good, but it's not that strong. Yeah, the cannons from Ideas. I think with GB, how much GB is focused on? Oh, okay, not at all on ships. Still, like basic
did
GB
you freeze
ships.
also?
Sorry, what?
Did you also freeze?
Yes, I also froze.
Yeah.
Well, and without Shivir, I mean, it's that might eventually. Are you stuck on 27th?
Yeah.
Okay, someone was just lagging. Let me see. Morlock is behind a bit, and Pench. I think it's Pench mostly. Pench is still 4 days behind.
For me, everyone is 1 day behind.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. But Pench is even more behind, and Morlock. Kimi doesn't have any navy because I mean, he actually has a bit of navy, but that's because Ottomans from the beginning of the game just dominated the Mediterranean with their fat stack of galleys.
Oh, he doesn't even have that much more than me. Yeah.
You wanna do the trade thingy now?
Oh, sure. Let's go to different call then.
That was Ottomans and Ayyubids doing some trade deals apparently. Also, we're being Patch is still behind. He might have crashed or something. Okay, seems like rehost time. Okay, hopefully now
Okay, no, it's
we'll be able to play for a bit more. It's not that much till the end of the session, so I'm not sure if we get another massive war. The first half has been pretty eventful. No giant changes. Like currently, the situation between the Iberian alliance and the Ottoman Hackbox didn't really change because Italy still has a very easy target on two Sicilies. They just got a bit stronger. And I mean, actually, two Sicilies got a bit weaker because percentage wise, it hurts them much more to lose this land than Italy gains. They have 100k force limit at this point.
that's really low.
Yeah. They have 400 deaths, so that might be the least out of player nations. Lotharingia is pretty close, but still they're ahead, just barely. Russia only has 500 death. Hot damn. I guess they lost quite a bit to Gokturks. Yeah, even Congo has still more death than Two Sicilies. Two Sicilies looks like to be the least, unless you count like colonial nations, I suppose. 55 death. 400 for Carpians. Yeah.
Is Congolese Brazil still played?
Yeah.
Jeez.
And Congo as well, despite being actually, colonial Brazil somehow has a province inside Brazil proper.
They got it for a mission, and he got the mission gave him claims on all of Congo.
Oh, now two Sicilies have a 203, but to be fair, like before the current queen dies, the heir might die as well. It's gonna be a while. It's interesting that almost the entire Taiping's army is in the Western Europe. He is withdrawing some troops. A cannon stack. Oh, and there's more and more. Where are they going?
This session, I asked the entire world to invest in the wonders of the ancient world.
And?
No one. They're all uncultured swines.
Yeah, I mean, Bengal spent like 30k this session on buildings from his. He is probably bankrupt.
How much money does this XVR have?
How much he's making or how much he had? Actually,
How much he has?
I shouldn't be telling you this.
Oh, but then I can know if I can ask him money.
Oh yeah, he has. I mean, he's earning. Oh wow, he is not spending much of his money, to be honest.
Oh,
which he
then
probably
he can invest. I will go for an opportunity. I will be back in like a couple of minutes to tell you the result.
Yeah, good luck though. I mean, maybe. I wonder how much did he build? He's actually running out of building slots. Not for manpower. So that's not that much that he has left to build. He's basically gaining a building per month, or sometimes two. East Asia, White PC Ottomans was the most disappointing thing since my son. I mean, how much more could you possibly fuck up the entire balance of power? And while my son eventually hanged himself in the bathroom of the gas station, the unfortunate reality for East Asia is that their actions will always be around forever. It will never go away. It cannot be undone. Yeah. And actually now they're just going home. Mission accomplished, guys. They are still allied to Gokturks, yes. And Gokturks are actually allied... Oh my god, Westphalia. Westphalia with the pro-Diplo. First aligning themselves with Italy and Ottomans, and now also allying Gokturks. That's... Okay, Westphalia is putting themselves in a pretty good position. Ruthenia is raising maintenance. They don't have any rebels, so I wonder what's that about. Oh, their vassal has a rebel stack, so I guess that might be the reason. Okay, looks like there's some movement. Okay. Looks like the Eastern Alliance might be going for another round versus Westphalia, but that would mean fighting versus the Gokturks as well. And I mean, maybe Ottomans at this point, because the Ottomans kind of owe Westphalia that they even won this war. Otherwise, I think the Iberian Alliance would be able to push through, even despite the mountain forts and the crossing. Because, I mean, basically they were over the mountains when Westphalia joined. I think they withdrew a bit because they were afraid of the Germans. And oh, whoa. Battle of brothers between Lotharingia and Westphalia, so the one nation that benefited the least from Lotharingia backstabbing France is Lotharingia. Now it's just Prussia as well. And actually Prussia doesn't have that big numbers, but their quality is probably much better than Lotharingian, especially when it's the battle is fought at the same time with Westphalia. Though if Westphalia takes this piece of land, then it does expose them a bit more to France eventually.
My mission was a failure.
Well, you tried.
I tried. XVR said if I win the next contest, I might win 7k.
Damn, nice. Lotharingia is going to a battle without a leader versus a 6-3. It's not gonna be pretty. Do they even have a leader? They do have one, but he's in the back, and oh, yeah, that's not gonna be for long.
When you have time, so can you look at my vassal Tunis for a moment? Because for some reason I can't give them Ibiza as a province, and I don't know why it doesn't allow me.
Because it's not next to them.
Does it need to be next to them?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh.
Actually, wait. Yeah, you cannot, for example, give them Benghazi, right? Because that's too far away. And Ibiza is also too far away. It's not in the same, like, sea tile.
Oh. Well, that's a pity.
Lotharingia is still fighting without... Actually, no, their leader just joined, but it's... They actually have 5 morale, which is increased by like 1.5 since the beginning of the session. Sweden is actually joining in this, even though it's really unnecessary. Prussia had this on their own, to be honest. And now Lotharingia is piecing out. They didn't gain that much, but they cut off Prussians. Oh, Prussians just screwed up. If they withdrew to the south, then they would have been able to occupy all of that in the south. And I mean, the Eastern Allies can just declare war on Lotharingia.
Byzantic, I need unbiased opinion.
Yes.
Can you do you know this Janissary government? It's in the mod. I have
Oh yeah, that's no. Only Leroy knows how it works, and even I'm not sure if even he does.
Oh my god! Because I wasn't aware, and then I've been told, and now I'm trying to force it.
Yeah, you have to just experiment in single player.
That's too late. I'm experimenting it live. No time for single
Fuck it,
player.
we'll do it live.
Yeah, I deleted all my armies pretty much for that.
Yeah, like no one knows how it works.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Did what I could. So yeah, the player map mode is like this. Caris. Mr. Caris 2. This is not British Empire, it's Rosway Empire, which is a tag from the balance mod we're playing with. And yeah, basically there's two colonial empires. Great Britain, which is basically Mexico and Caribbean, with bits of Africa, and Malaya with Australia, Madagascar, and parts of America as well. With Vermont being an independent colonial power, because they have Vinland as their colonial nation. Yeah, Lotharingia is just struggling, and I think they should just declare war on Westphalia. Apparently Italy has a ton of gold. Oh my god, 500 aggressive expansion. Yeah, that could be quite a bit of a coalition. Too bad. Let's player-wise, it's just Ruthenia, Westphalia, France, two Sicilies, Morocco, and Lotharingia, so not that much. See ya, Cathal. I think I actually want. There might be one big. Oh, Great Britain is also landing through Calais, and yeah. I mean, that's still 80k. I wonder how good British troops are. No, Morocco, I mean, kind of. Morocco itself is not buffed in the mod. He took it for the mission that gives you permanent discipline. He's keeping the Castilian ideas, but what is buffed is Catholicism, and he is Catholic. Oof, France is suffering from the Reformation centers turning all of their land into Protestant. We also have Norse, which is I think basically made to be like the Hindu religions, just with a bit different modifiers, and they have some like custom events and stuff. I mean, Great Britain, they should start sieging, because for now they only have Calais occupied, so that's pretty much guaranteed they can take. But with Prussians entering Caen, maybe they have some kind of deal. That's also a possibility. From the other stuff that were added in the mod, other than like some balance stuff, like we lowered the amount of manpower you get from soldier houses, there's a bit of reduction in death cost reduction modifiers. So for example, you don't get it from the policy between quantity and economics. We also start with China being split into like 20 different nations, with some formables also added, and currently there's only one player in here, the survivor in typing. Yeah, and I mean they are pretty strong. Typing ideas, +1 arty fire, +5 discipline, +15 morale, plus 1 military monarch skill. But to form Taiping, you basically need to control all of the southern China, which usually means killing like 3 players. Also, I think Gokturks were added in the mod as well. They're basically just a strong horde, and they are still a horde, so that's pretty nice. So the strategy of giving up land to Westphalia, I mean, frankly, Westphalia didn't take that much land. Like, it's what, 4 provinces? 5 provinces. I'm pretty sure Gokturks were... Nah, that looks like Leroy's writing. I mean, it's not as memey as some of the ones in China, but looks like Leroy's writing. It's pretty short too. He doesn't really write too much. Okay, so most of Normandy might be actually going to... Yeah, though that might require some investigation. Well, you wanted Kobayashi. Ottomans have 500,000. Let's see. I should be probably looking in Asia. Yeah, Ottomans have by far the highest manpower in the world as well. And the highest force limit. And the highest income, unless the Punjabs overtook them. No, Punjabs actually lost income somehow. By like quite a bit. Or maybe Malaya might be actually starting to get all the trade... Oh, they are starting to get the trade monies. Not enough to overtake Ottomans, but it's getting there. I think that Malaya will end up with the greatest income in the game eventually. They just need to colonize Americas a bit more. Though the British Empire might be able to stop them. Though it's like, actually player-wise, it's 2 players on colony nations for Malaya and 2 players on colony nations for Great Britain, plus Vermont, which is allied to Great Britain, and Malaya. Oh, so they might actually be neutral. So the Empire Wars might, colonial Empire Wars might start just in a few colonization cycles. With all of those OPMs, and I mean maybe not OPMs, but small tags, it shouldn't take too long to conquer all of this. They probably are at the... they could conquer more. I'm wondering why they're not doing that. I don't think they would... Yeah, they're not really afraid of a coalition. Maybe they have truces with everyone? Yeah, it looks like this might be the possibility. Okay, so... Oh, they're giving up even... Oh, so Prussia pieced out for not that much. Varangia lost a lot of land in this session. Let's see, so it's 8 provinces for Prussia, and it should be, yeah, that's quite a high dev. And Great Britain gets under 7, which is pretty nice for them, because that means that Great Britain is basically going to further dominate their position in the English Channel, which is starting to bring in a lot of dough. Still not as much as Malaya. 81 ducats in the Channel, 103 in Malacca. That's not that much of a difference, surprisingly. I thought Malaya had way more. Oh, Fairy Tail is, yeah, he is pretty much dead. 173. Why are we paused? La Francia is still 251% war score. So even when France invades them, and I'm pretty sure that's gonna be happening in 2 years. France is it's gonna be actually very nice for France. They might be able to establish a really nice defensive line against Westphalia. Oh, Great Britain took this province but not the actual trade center. It's a bit unfortunate. Also, for anyone who's watching and is not aware of this, the VOD that's gonna end up on YouTube tomorrow or the day after is gonna be without the waifus. It's just people voted, and who am I to deny the will of the people? Wait, yes. Fairy Tail is still in game despite saying GG. We actually have peace. There's no wars, and since there's like other than the natives in Americas, there's no AIs. It means there's just peace. There are no wars currently in the world. Can I just check it for sure? Maybe it's relations, current wars. Oh, there are actually a few wars between AIs, which is a bit surprising. Like, I mean, Morocco and Brazil apparently is at war with someone. Yeah. Damn, the eye of the tiger from the Moroccan Brazil AI. Prussia. Oh, okay. Prussia. Sorry, excuse me. Prussia just went 40 over force limit. That pretty clearly means to me that something's gonna happen. Ruthenia is moving their troops to the west. Russia is sitting on their ass, but they might be just protecting the eastern flank. And what? Okay, Sweden is going in to support Russia. I think there's gonna be a war versus Westphalia in about a minute. Yeah, the truce is up. So this is going to be probably deciding of Westphalians' fate. Will they survive? If they manage to win this one, then they're probably in a pretty good position because they've already defended against the Iberian Alliance, and if they manage to win versus the Eastern Alliance, they're gonna be pretty much secure because they are allied with the Ottoman Hackbox, it appears at least. It will also depend on how much the Italians and Gokturks actually decide to sacrifice in this war. Because despite like placing so many forts, it might be that the Eastern Alliance manages to just focus Westphalia and kick them out of the war before the others are able to really support them. Oh wait, Great Britain is at war with Carib again? How can you be so cruel? Again? Unbelievable. Apparently. Okay, there's an Armenian ruling the Ottoman Empire, which is also a protectorate parliament. Oh yeah, they were a republic for quite a while, I think, and now they're just stopping to be a republic, I think. Okay, let's see. Yep, Prussia is going in. Italy joined. We have Ruthenia and Sweden, no Russia in, which is pretty smart because now Gokturks could potentially only fight over Sweden. And Sweden is already, yeah, this is going to be much more difficult for the Horde because it's just forests, and forests are apparently different than woods. You learn something every day. Yeah, this is going to be much more difficult for the Horde with basically no plains where they could use their cavalry most efficiently. And Italy is moving their army north. Westphalia has how many troops? Over 200k. Let's see how much will Prussia and Ruthenia. 150 for Prussia and 200 for Ruthenia. So if Italy sends their entire army north, is leaving an AI in one province to sack their capital every few years and get rid of and exploit, yes or no? I mean, that's inefficient because you lose some death when you exploit them, and you could just conquer them. And I don't think AI really deaths enough to make it worth it. I don't think it would be as efficient. And I think in the mod we even nerfed the rucksacking more than it is. It's even less efficient than in the vanilla game. So if the Italians actually make it, then the Easterners would be outnumbered. And Gokturks do actually join the war, which I was thinking that if Gokturks do not join, then Sweden will just move in and kick the asses out of the Italians, send them back home. But as is, it does mean that they probably want to keep at least a big chunk of their army in this area. However, if Westphalia loses this war, it will be very easy for Ruthenia to cut them off permanently from Italy. Just a few provinces, really. I mean, those parts are already cut off. They could just send a single stack of infantry to just siege up this stuff. Oh my god, the rebels have German names. It's because we started with a save from Alex, who plays in German for some god-known reason. Do we have any other? Punjab is at whoa. No, this has to be a fake war. Yeah, War of Honor. That would have been cool, but we cannot have cool things in here. So the Prussians took pretty much 2 forts before the Italians made it. And Gokturks and Swedes are both chilling, basically. Yeah, Sweden is probably not wanting to really push, because pushing into Gokturks is like, you do not really weaken them by taking the occupations on those provinces, and they cannot see most of their lands anyways. Where is the most death in the Gokturks lands? And there's a bit in the west, a bit in the center, a bit in the east, so yeah, it's just, you would need to occupy a lot of provinces to make them hurt. Okay, there's a battle going on. The quality superiority is with the Prussians, who still have like 0.7 less morale than Moroccans had against Ottomans. So the difference in quality is not as big as it could be, so it's gonna be all about the numbers. And so far the numbers are looking okay-ish for Westphalia, I feel. Oh my god, those rebels! Oh my god, those rebels are gonna actually cut off the reinforcements. Oh my god! And now Italians get to fight the weakened Prussians. It still might be, if they lose the main battle, it's gonna be for nothing, but it's gonna be close. The Italians need to move that 30k stack from the south. Hainaut is coming in to save the day. Okay, now Italians can join in, and they need to do it fast. And this is getting pretty close. Both lines are still standing. And the 1st of August. Oh, okay, the cannons on the front line for Westphalians. The Italians do come in, but it's, I think, too late. Yeah. If Italians moved in with this 30k, I think they would have won. I think they just kind of forgot about it. Reminds me of Game of Thrones. Westphalia is going all in, as they should. Italy is just too rich to go all in. I mean, Russia went 100% militarization. Actually, they're always at 100% militarization, so that's not really an issue. They are pretty much out of manpower. Westphalia is doing... Ruthenia is doing okay. Westphalia is doing worse than Ruthenia, but okay-ish. And Italy is actually running out of manpower as well. Though they should be able to afford quite a few mercenaries. Sitting on that mountain province is gonna hurt. And they could try and push a bit in here if they wanted to. Like secure the position between the access point between Westphalia and Italy. I'm actually surprised Prussia didn't attack in the south, like, and even put the war goal on Prague, which is pretty much inaccessible to Westphalia. Lotharingia will be attacked in about 6 more months, a bit less. Here goes the capital of... not yet. They actually survived this tick. And it's just the capital fort, so it's actually impressive with a 4 siege general. A 6-3-3-4, hot damn. That's 16 stars for Prussia. That's pretty damn good general. Not perfect for fighting battles, but actually 4 siege might be one of the best sieging generals in the game. Yeah. There's still... Actually, the fort line is kind of crumbling for Westphalia. If Prussians push... no, there's Frankfurt, that's okay. There are cannons on both sides. And the Prussian leader is actually... I mean, he's superior in fire, which is at this point the more important phase, but it's... I'm not sure how bad it is. It's okay-ish for Westphalia. Italians are trying to hunt down the Prussian stack, but it's not really working out for them. They did not scorch earth to delay the reinforcements from the Eastern Alliance. The Westphalians did manage to capture... Oh, but without a leader. Yeah, that's tough. They're losing a lot of troops. This stack is basically... I think Westphalia is gonna lose this. Yeah. I mean, they're doing okay-ish now. I mean, wait. There's 110k coming of reinforcements. They do sending more troops into this battle. I'm not sure. This battle is close to finish though, so maybe if they delay it just a bit more. Yeah, if they do send more troops into Aschaffenburg. Okay, they will be on 9th. Prussians are collapsing. It's cannons on the front line. Okay, it's been very costly because now this battle might not be that unless they get some stack wipes. Oh my god. Oh, they actually got a stack wipe on Ruthenia. Okay, that's huge. It was very close for Westphalia, but they actually managed to win a stunning victory with super many losses for Ruthenia and Prussia. Yeah, they have actually professionalism, which I haven't been looking at. Yeah, Prussia actually has a lot of manpower. It is reducing their quality a tiny bit, but actually they only get 20k per 5 professionalism. So it's like 15 slackens they have. So it's 300k manpower. I mean, for this war, I think it's pretty damn good. But they need to be slackening constantly. They actually need to spend some of their micro to do it. And Ruthenia gains almost twice as much, but they only have 3 slackens. But they're actually doing okay when it comes to manpower. Italy has 0 professionalism, and they are out of manpower, just 0. Like negative 80k almost. But they did manage to win a huge battle. And it seems like it's gonna... Yeah, Ruthenia actually withdrew quite a bit into their territory. It might take them quite a while to regroup. How much? Yeah, Ruthenia is 80k almost below their force limit. Prussia is moving in to check the advance of Italians, but they only have 90k currently. Sweden is sending... Yeah, Sweden realized that the Gokturks are... Actually, Gokturks just peaced out. I don't think they even fought any battles. Yeah, and I think that pretty much seals the fate of Westphalians. Prussia went for a very bold move. And, I mean... They only have 90k. And Swedes are coming, Ruthenians are coming. Ruthenians don't have that big of a numbers, and Swedes, the first 30k is close, but the next big part of the army is quite far away. How many Italians and Westphalians are there? Still a fair bit. The Prussian quality is just a bit too much, but eventually they will break. It looks like the Ruthenians will be able to reinforce. How high is the Swedish quality? It's decent. It's not Prussia, so it's about the same as Westphalia and Italy. France is invading Lotharingia. France is making a huge comeback this game, actually. They have overtaken... They might even overtake Sweden after taking Lotharingia in depth. Westphalia is trying to cut off reinforcements from Ruthenia. Let's see if they make it in time. They actually do. And leader-wise, it's fairly even. Again, advantage in fire for Ruthenia, which is better. But they're gonna lose the main battle. Okay. With Sweden coming, it's a bit too much for Westphalia. What they need right now is for the big brother Ottomans to join in. I mean, a war started between the Eastern Alliance and Westphalia with Italy. At first, Gokturks actually joined in the war, and Sweden kept their entire army on border with Siberia, but looks like Gokturks just didn't do anything. And Sweden now is moving all of their troops towards Westphalia, who are now getting wrecked by the combined power of the Eastern Alliance. Russia is out of it though. Yeah, so currently it's Westphalia and Italy versus Prussia, Ruthenia and Sweden. And while Westphalia with Italy were winning versus just Prussia and Ruthenia, they might not do so well versus Sweden as well. I mean, they are actually already not doing too hot. Oh, also Lotharingia died. Like, everyone invaded them. Westphalia invaded them, Great Britain invaded them, Prussia invaded them, and now France is invading them. But the player is gone at this point, so... this is gonna be... It's been pretty quick demise, to be honest, for a rather huge nation. Yeah, they need, if they want to, they need to make Westphalia like Ottomans quite a bit more. But I think if they're not improving right now, they're not going to join, unless they go for Ruthenia directly, which, I mean, with Ottomans it is a possibility, but it really doesn't seem like they're going to do this. And now Italy is withdrawing from the Westphalian border. I'm not really sure if that's a correct move from the Ottomans' point of view. Because, I mean, Westphalia dying is alright if the Iberian Alliance fights the Eastern Alliance. But I really am not sure if that's guaranteed. Iberians for sure will want to focus on Italy with Ottomans. And last time, to be honest, Westphalia was the saving grace for Ottoman Hagbox. Without Westphalia helping in Savoy or Piedmont, I think the Moroccan quality would overtake the mountains, and then it's just easier from there. Westphalia is trying to go out with a bank. Do they have? They do have a secure position with a few forts, but it's just level 2, so they're gonna be sieged very quickly. There is still 30 minutes of this session, so there could possibly be something else happening. And I'm just surprised that people are just letting the Eastern Alliance take out Westphalia. It should be more beneficial for someone to let them survive, either the Ottoman Hagbox or the Iberians. I suppose France doesn't really like Westphalia after they soft backstabbed them when Lotharingia. France didn't fight with Westphalia, if I recall. Or actually, maybe they did at some point, because Lotharingia and Westphalia were allied to each other for quite a while. I'm not sure. Anyways, France holds a grudge, and the Ottomans actually owe a favor to Westphalians, but they're just not... maybe they're just... No, they're not even getting any money. Hey, Gabriel, Trixie, that's follow. I think you are someone from Discord, right? I just forgot what's the connection. Yeah, a few final battles, but actually Westphalians managed to secure themselves reinforcements paths, but that's... Westphalia dropped? No, that's different Gabriel. So I guess Gabriel Trixie is just someone new. And yeah, Westphalia now doesn't even have a point to withdraw to. Ruthenia is only now starting to siege Bohemia, and I suppose that's Bavaria. Yeah, I assume Westphalia had like worked it out with Lotharingia that they're gonna backstab France somewhat together. So, but Westphalia didn't join, at least in this initial war. No, they did. They did eventually, if I recall. Not at the start. Like Lotharingia was fighting alone for a while, and then Westphalia joined when it started to get tough. And that's peace. And it's just those provinces are worth a lot of death, so it will take quite a while for Westphalia to die. And I'm very surprised they didn't decide to cut them off. Yeah, it's full 15 years, so I'm surprised they didn't spare a bit more war score to take a few mountains in this area. They're just, I think they're just making it more difficult for themselves than it could be. Lotharingian AI is not brain dead, luckily, so... Oh yeah, that's so Westphalia didn't join the war immediately because he had truce. So yeah, so it was a full backstab, not a soft one. Fair. I'm not sure why France is not. Unfortunately for him, he won't be able to take that much. For sure, something maybe like this. Secure those 4 provinces. It will make those vulnerable to attacks. But I think long term that might be better. Because like Westphalia is not a threat anymore, because clearly they don't have strong enough alliances, despite doing some sick Diplo, getting Italy and Gokturks on their side. If Gokturks or Taiping actually like tried to fight in the east, then Westphalia would be in a pretty decent spot, but alone it was too tough. Okay, so France in the end decided to not go for any cut-off strategies, but focus on maintaining like depth and proper defensive fort positions, which I think is fair as well. Might not be versus Westphalia at this point, but versus the Eastern, although it will take a long time for Eastern Alliance to eat the rest of Westphalia. Yeah, so I suppose France is still a bit afraid of Westphalia. And they do have over 200 force limit. And at this point, they are the ones that will take the majority of what remains of Lotharingia at this point. They only don't have access to this one province in Normandy. I mean, if only Westphalia gets support from the Ottomans, that the entire thing changes around, but that also means that Ottomans put the target on themselves from both Eastern Alliance and the Iberian Alliance. And Iberian Alliance already proved to be a fair challenger. Not a match really, because they over time they cannot maintain the same power as Ottomans and Italy, because Italy is actually makes about as much money as the entire Iberian Alliance. Yeah, they almost make 300, 100. Oh, actually, wait, Morocco increased their income by a lot. But France, while military is okay-ish, they're probably lacking a lot of buildings, I feel. Oh no, actually they're building-wise, they're not doing too shabby. Might be though that their provinces, most of them are at decent depth. I'm not sure why France is not much stronger. Maybe just not enough depth. The average autonomy is only about 9. Maybe, yeah, it's also the trade. They trade sucks, basically. Yeah, they would really want like to gather in Genoa. Their trade nodes just don't have much money in them. Taiping is fighting someone who's... oh, Gansu. There's not much other stuff left in Asia, to be honest, at this point. It's just the bits and pieces of Yunnan that are basically cut off by Bengal, who probably doesn't even really want them that much. No, he actually has a fair bit of governing capacity open. And he actually has still some very good provinces left to be conquered, surprisingly enough. Yeah, that's 3 2-digit provinces. Ayutthaya is 44. He's not even starting to annex either of his vassals. I'm not sure why he doesn't... yeah, and he actually doesn't have a truce with Ayutthaya. So I'm not sure. And his vassals hate him as well. So Bengal's expansion, I guess, is he bankrupt? Oh yeah, maybe it's yeah, that's the bankruptcy. He built a very good bankruptcy build. He built buildings for like 40k, and probably he can actually there's not that much more he can build. He's running out of building spots. There's a few that he can build. Yeah, but workshops are pretty much all filled. Vermont fighting some AIs, and Finland along with them. Because Finland is a colonial nation of Vermont despite being on the same continent. I didn't know that's possible. But apparently so. What are they fighting with? New Providence. Whoa, what? It appears it was released on purpose. And now they're conquering them? Not sure what's that about. Kinda weird. Let's do a quick overview and see if there are no suspicious troop movements. Ibis are doing a lot of drilling with their armies. Well, they have a respectable professionalism. It's gonna be quite a bit of manpower despite not having that much maximum. They basically have over 500,000 manpower. Oh my god, Ottomans have so much manpower. Though to be fair, the current manpower is not that high, but it's gonna recover quite fast. Almost 5,000 per month. Ethiopia is going for religious ideas, which is pretty interesting. They're going for army quality. Though the manpower is pretty low. I assume, yeah, they don't really have that many buildings. Even workshops. Sucks. Ethiopia could really benefit from a small loan of 50k ducats. Though there's not that many people who could offer that kind of money. Like, Ottomans are the richest, but they're not filthy rich. And there's a big fight for the second spot, to be honest. A lot of contenders for that. Punjab just chilling. Yeah, Persia is protected for the time being, so I mean, even in the next session, he's probably going to be fairly comfortable conquering the rest of Persia, or at least whatever direction he wants to take his conquests. Vijay is just chilling, doing a whole bunch of deving. Taiping still has a Japanese vassal for some reason. Oh, they are annexing them. It's been 10 years. And they do this with 4 points per month, so that's actually pretty fast. They must have started... No, they started like 10 years ago. Pirating, great. I'm not really sure what's that about. Oh, I think Caribbeans released the Pirate Nation with some kind of purpose, and it of course ended up backfiring. Oh, they actually have... There's also Tortuga? Okay. Let me think, are there any... What would be the next possible conflict happening right now? It looks like the Asians gave up on fighting in Eastern Europe for the time being. I mean, Kokturks don't even field that many troops. Yeah, they must be spending their money on buildings. Yeah. Looks like so. Still, they're a horde, so I mean their economy is not great, and even their force limit is kind of smallish. Their manpower is okay. It looks like we lost Russia. It just dropped. Happens to him sometimes. I think Typing, who's the host, would be aware of what's going on since he's fighting a war, so he's probably not AFK. Oh, we actually got Australia actually freed themselves from Malaya, so that's true Australia. And they basically just continue colonizing everywhere, taking the natives and so on. Oh, they're now going... Oh, it's Australia is going hard for the natives in South America. It's gonna be interesting what happens when the British Empire and the Malayan Empire meet in the middle, and I suspect Vermont is gonna support the British Empire. How strong is Vermont, by the way, at this point? They're really not making that much money, to be honest. Yeah, they're actually... I thought they were way more powerful than they are. I mean, they are by far the strongest colonial nation. And actually, let me check Australia. Australia is making more money even if you discount the subsidies, but force limit wise, Vermont is a bit higher, and I suspect the Vermont ideas are pretty strong when it comes to... I mean, they're 15 morale, that's pretty nice, and 5 discipline. Meanwhile, there's 10 shock, 10 infantry combat. Vermont is probably stronger. And also Vermont went for quality quantity. So they should have... plutocracy gives you better money, but it's not as good for actual fighting. Okay, let's just go by people one by one, because I don't think we're gonna have a war till the end of the session at this point. France is going for religious, which makes decent sense because the trade is just terrible. A 605, okay-ish ruler, I suppose. Not too good for deving, but something. Yeah, the French problem currently is their income. Otherwise, they're doing fairly okay, I'd say. Like, decent force limit. Higher than Ruthenia, for example. About the same as Sweden. Higher than Italy, even. So that's pretty nice. Australia... I mean, they don't have any threats, so they're just making money and colonizing. All the colonial nations are just in the phase of building up. It's gonna be another 50 years till they become the real powerhouses. No, actually, they are kind of slow. Like Vermont is... I think Vermont could have been a bit stronger at this point. Ethiopia... Yeah, they are missing a lot of buildings. No, they do have about the French income, despite having a bit less dev, so that's not too bad. But their force limit is lower by almost 100. And I assume, yeah, their army quality is lower by quite a bit. For Africa, it's not... I think for Africa they might be if you discount Morocco as an African. No, Ayyubids are actually a fair bit stronger when it comes to army quality and I assume quantity as well. Not that much. Yeah, Ayyubids have twice the manpower of Ethiopia. Since I'm already in the area, let's check Rosvi. Rosvi as well. Rosvi are a bit weaker than Ethiopia. They're going for religious, so they're gonna have nice ideas at once they're finished. And they do still have quite a bit of dev to gain in Congo. Yeah, their dev is actually kinda low at this point. Only 600, which is quite a bit lower than Ethiopian. I assume Rosvi has a lot more buildings to build. Okay, not that many factories. Workshops are okay. They could get a few more manpower and a lot more force-made buildings. So yeah, Rosvi might overtake Ethiopia if they go for Congo hard. And when is the truce running out? In a few months, so we'll see what happens then. If Rosvi manages to cut off Ethiopia and take all of Congo, more or less for themselves, then I think they might be able to overtake Ethiopia. Okay, Ayyubids. Their income is low-ish, mostly because of a trade. Like, they only get 30 ducats with the subsidies because of the trade deal. And they're sending 34 towards Constantinople. Yeah. Italy has a lot of trade power in here. And Italy... What is Italy doing with that? Oh, Italy is probably helping Ottomans, and that's why they're all of the trade is going to Constantinople. So that's kind of unfortunate for Ayyubids, because if it was just Ottomans, it wouldn't be that much trade power, but with Italians, it's tough. Much more money goes to Constantinople. Yeah, production is fairly okay for Ayyubids, for a nation of this size. Yeah, they have about the same trade as Italians, which I think is fair comparison. Just Italians also make giant packs of dough in Genoa and Venice. Went for trades, which I mean, I'm not sure if it was the best idea considering how little money they make from trade, and they still make from trade. So maybe something else, like innovative or religious, would be a better idea. Maybe eventually they will be able to make more use of their trade. Like, they actually have more trade in Ethiopia, where they have 0 provinces in, than they have in Alexandria. Yeah, I think they're just losing too much money on all those trade deals, to be honest. Force limit is fairly low, lower than most nations of similar size, but it's not horrible. Manpower is okay-ish, but not revolutionary as well. Ayyubids are another problem for Ayyubids is they're huge. And they actually don't have that much dev considering their size. Like, most of this area, lots of this area is just fairly low dev. Yeah. Sahel is, especially the parts of Sahel they got, is really not worth that much. Yeah, all of this deserts. It is kind of tough. If they manage to get Iraq, maybe that would be a nice boost, but that won't help the trade at all. It's already all going to Aleppo. So yeah, Ayyubids are in a tough position when it comes to income. Let's take a look at the Indians. Punjab lost a bunch of their income during this session. I thought they were making like 340 at some point. Not anymore. Very nice force limit. Actually catching up to Ottomans. Manpower is still quite a bit behind. How about army quality compared to Ottomans? They do have more morale, even like basic without the policies. And Ottomans went for... oh, Ottomans went for religious as well. So... oh, and Ottomans are actually running the... wait, what? Where's the... oh, also Credex could run a free policy. Religious quantity, quality religious. Why do Ottomans don't have... what? Eh? So Ottomans are missing a religious policy for some reason. Don't really understand what's going on. They should have one more. Maybe it's a UI bug only on my end. That's possible. So Punjab is looking strong, and he's going to be very good position to take more of Persia. And also Persia would be a nice trade node, I feel. Oh, I mean Gujarat is pretty nice as well. He gets to steal money from other Indians. He doesn't, but he could. Ayubids are commenting something about Great Wars of Trade. What? Oh, Rosway is going after Congo. Yeah, it looks pretty easy for Rosway since Congo has no army. And is also going bankrupt pretty soon. Okay. And let's look at VJ now. 300 force, that's very respectable. 300 manpower, that's not bad. 200 income. So the manpower enforcement is higher than most Europeans, but the income is not that great compared to like Morocco, Italy, or even Sweden. They are a bit behind in that department. Is it because of the trade? Yeah. Looks like all the rich Europeans have just a shit ton of trade. If you fulfill the reject the waifus challenge, it's gonna be just for... it's gonna be for next session, I suppose. And Bengal. Bengal is kind of poor, but they are still bankrupt, so they are like recovering from their bankruptcy build, and they do have a lot of provinces that they need to upgrade their infrastructure. It's gonna be a while. You want nulls, you get nulls. Malaya is... how much did he... yeah, Malaya only has naval ideas, so he's not really committing that much to naval quality, but even with just naval, he should be superior even to Great Britain. Just because their basic national ideas are similar, and with additional boost, that should be pretty much enough. I mean, income is pretty good, but I mean it's about the same as typing, similar to Punjab, less than Ottomans by quite a bit. Even some Europeans can start to compete with Malaya when it comes to income, so that's not that great, to be honest. Maybe what is Australia doing with their trade? They are keeping it at home, so maybe that's partially why the... oh, and Malaya is actually sending all the trade from... a new ward to Australia. That's interesting. So a nice chunk of Australian income is actually not just the subsidies, but a lot of the trade is also from their overlord. Taiping is really strong. We have surprisingly many very strong nations, and what's the most surprising, we have a lot of them in Europe. Like Morocco, Italy, Sweden are all very strong. Westphalia has fallen quite a bit after all the wars they lost, but I think France might be able to overtake them once they manage to find some way to get more trade. They are missing a lot of money on production as well. They must be just missing manufactories everywhere. I mean, they have it in like half of their provinces, and they are building more. I think when they fully build up, they're gonna be pretty strong as well. Same. Ruthenia might be a tad bit too small. If they eat a lot of Westphalia, then maybe. And Russia will be the most difficult to become actually strong. But Ruthenia has to split Westphalia with Prussia. So they will get both into like 1,000 and 200, which is about where Italy, and actually Italy is less than 1,000 dev. They will get into like where other strong nations are now, but by that time those nations will be ahead. Like eating all of Westphalia will be taking quite a while. They depends on the alliance. I was wondering if they should declare separate wars on Westphalia, and Westphalia is actually going for soldier houses bankruptcy build, which I assume basically means they're gonna... How much do they have truce with France? For 2 more years. So that might mean that they just unconditionally surrender to France, or they do not fight France at all. I think that's gonna be interesting to see what happens. I mean, France certainly wouldn't appreciate what Westphalia did during the last war between the Iberian Alliance and the Ottoman Hagbox, where Westphalia basically tipped the scales towards the Ottomans. But France is... I wonder what's the relations now between the Iberian Hagbox and the Eastern Alliance. Oh yeah, that's the Congo War. Now Vermont is... Congo actually cut off Congo's coast, but didn't cut them off from Ethiopia. And Ethiopia could go for real power move and take first lands from the former vassal of Rosvi. They actually don't have troops anymore. Yeah, they are moving troops to attack, and then they could go for Congo, taking a lot of land in 2 wars. Godja is also a free nation. Oh, that's a good question. Where will global trade spawn? Uh, 122 in English Channel. And Malacca is only 90. So 137 in Constantinople. So it should be Constantinople, right? The biggest amount of cash inside. Yeah, Constantinople. So it looks like it's gonna go to Ottomans. I wonder how are Spain only having... Oh, Ayyubids. Yeah, Ayyubids are also using their merchants to move the trade in other areas. So wait. Ayyubids are getting 30 ducats. They're moving 21 over here. How much over here? 3 over here. Almost 6 over here. And over here a bunch as well. I think Ayyubids deserve a bit more than 30 ducats. Because of the effect the merchants have over the entire trade network. Yeah, this guy doesn't really do much. They could probably do more in Lahore because of the caravan power. $135 in England. Oh, they just overtook. Okay. Okay. I mean, it's basically between Ottomans and Great Britain. Fyron is making trade noises, but he doesn't have any trade. Like New World doesn't really have that much cash in their trade notes. I think it's so right now it's Great Britain. Yeah. Oh, there's a bit of a lag. Vermont pretty much occupies all of the colonial provinces of Congo, except a few single provinces here and there. Argentine is... oh, it's Great British colony. Australia didn't really expand much more from what they have, but they're going to be getting a nice amount of gold from those provinces. Oh, now English Channel is losing to Constantinople. I wonder what are they exactly doing. Wait, Constantinople is not the higher value trade node. So what is? So which? What is the most highest valued trade node in the world? Is it Malaya? No. Okay, I guess next session we won't be having waifus. Alright, you know what? Why not? You guys contributed so many nulls. The waifus are gone. You guys won. What's the highest trade node currently? Is it really not Constantinople? Yeah, it is at the moment. It's 6 more months. Yeah, actually we'll be ending on January the 1st, so we probably won't know what's the what will spawn the global trade. I think it has to be between Constantinople and English Channel. And I think... I'm not sure why the English Channel went down quite a bit. France is sending quite a bit towards... France is actually not moving any cash towards the channel. I assume though that the entire... Oh no, Sweden is not pushing. If Sweden actually decided to push, they could easily make English Channel win. But it's just Prussia from the Eastern Harbors. Okay, I assume we end on January the 1st. Morocco is at war with Australia? What? Defender of Faith, I assume? Yeah. Yeah, looks like it's gonna be Constantinople. Constantinople is just... Oh my... Yeah, is it Sweden? Yeah, I think Sweden is giving their trade to Russia. Yeah, apparently there's some kind of trade deals from Bengal. Oh yeah, I guess they cannot do... It started in Gujarat, okay. So India, yeah, it's in India. Didn't expect the Indians to win this one, but they, yeah, both Vijay and Bengal gave their trade and it worked out. Though I think like if Sweden continued giving their trade to the Channel, then Channel would have won. And Bengal is allied, so I think that's fine. Not sure where they were on the Great Powers list, but no, they're not in top 5, so... They count as free. I'm not sure what's that about, but I'm sure they will figure it out, and maybe there's always stuff you can do in save edits. The opposition won, they rejected the waifus, unfortunately, just at the end. The fight will continue next session though, and hopefully there's still a lot of stuff that could potentially happen. There's despite Ottomans being by far the strongest nation, they're not really overwhelming the entire world. Like, their alliance bloc overall is just them and Italy, and I guess Ayyubids, but Ayyubids are not as strong. And I think either Iberian alliance or the Eastern alliance could fight them. Like, Iberians tried, but because of Westphalia they failed. But now that Westphalia is in a far worse shape, and maybe even Westphalia is exposed to France going after them, so we'll see how things go. I think there's a lot of interesting possibilities that might happen next week. So yeah, hopefully I will be able to make it next week, and see you guys then.
Guilty.